Oh, hello everybody. Today we're going to take a look at Fallen Land. Now, this game has been around for a good while. I've done an unboxing. I've told a little bit I've talked a little bit about the history of the game, blah, blah, blah. So today we're actually going to do a playthrough. Now, you can say that the play area is split into two. On the one hand, you have a map of the United States of America, post-apocalyptic United States of America. And I'm just going to point out the map once because we're not going to keep the map in view. So essentially what you do is you have your player marker, and I'm using the Sigma because I like it. So it's we're actually playing the Iowa faction, which I chose randomly. And you use this to move around the map. There are different terrain types. So basically there is mountains, there is plains, and there is radiation. Depending on where you land, you get to draw cards. So this would be the mountain deck to get encounters. There are missions which move around. So in the beginning you determine them randomly, and then when you get to one of those mission counters, what you need to do is you need to draw from the mission deck, and then you can, try and solve that mission. There are also these ones here, which are resources, and you can have up to 5, and they will generate money for you in the during one of the phases. And the idea is to win against the opposing player. Now you have a dummy player here. At the moment we are 3 points ahead when it comes to prestige, and we are 20 points ahead when it comes to town health, because they're at 30, we're at 50. That's because of the starting equipment that we received. And if either of us gets to the win up there, the game ends immediately. So I have to say that the dummy player gets a huge advantage, and on an average round they gain 2.2 prestige. They need 10 rounds to get to the win. I've never managed to get 2.2 prestige because you quite often end up with no prestige, and you, unlike the dummy player, can actually lose prestige. So we'll see how we fare today. So I'm going to switch off the camera and I'm going to change position, and I'm going to show you the other part of the play area. This is now the other side of the play area. And here you've got the town. We are playing as Iowa City. Here we've got information about the town. So basically we have combat medic as one of our perks. So we start our game with a paramedic medical kit. We have information crossroads. So once per turn during the town business phase, we may pay 5 salvage coins to draw 1 additional action card. We have Fight Club. During your party melee weapons only encounter cards, you receive 1 additional combat success. A Midwestern Charm. We can perform a healing deed in any neutral starting town without having to pay the bank. Now all of them are neutral starting towns for us. Then we also have our crew. We have Juan Upton. When Juan is drawn, gain 1 town defense chip. So we gained 1 of those. We didn't have to pay for this. Now they basically take, what happens is when somebody attacks one of your resource centers, they will take damage equal to your town defense chips, and then they will take your resources from you, which I find a bit weird. So, and of course I don't do PvP, and I'm the only player, so I have a way of using them later. You can also discard them to prevent loss of town health. Then we have Alan Deacon, and we gain 1 action card after successfully completing a mission or world encounter card. We have Chance Perry. If we succeed at a mission card within 8 hexes of our starting location, a town location, gain 2 prestige and 2 spoil cards. And that's actually possible in our case because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 3 missions within range. Then we've got Norris Blake. We got him dealt at the start, so we got an additional, if you like, ability, town ability. So we got the machinist's shop. Now they can be bought once per round. You can buy one of these. They're actually quite expensive. They cost between 30 and 40. And they provide 5 town health once and 1 prestige once. So we start with 3 prestige. And then we've got Annabelle. She's a cyborg, apparently. She comes with built-in 2 armor. And she's good at everything. And then we got our spoils, so we've got different things. We've got weapons, we've got champagne, which we could discard, for example, to a success. After successfully performing an encounter or mission card, we can do this to draw 2 spoils or 2 action cards, so we can discard this. We've got a dog, which will help us if somebody dies. We can discard the dog. We've got high-tech body armor. We've got all kinds of weapons. So basically, these are all used to buff the party. We also managed to, we got 2 vehicles. We got a chopper and pilot. So we are flying. So we have +8 to our movement. So we're going to indicate this. If I can find my, oh, here we are. So we have +8 movement. And at the moment, we don't have any resources. So how you play the game is some say it's like a role-playing game. And I have to say, I don't think it actually is, because there is a strong sense of you try to get victory points, and you get them through prestige. So there's a lot going on with regard to generating money and buying stuff. So I don't think it's actually, I wouldn't compare it to a role-playing game. I'm still trying to make up my mind what I would compare it to, because it's got some aspects that remind me of Runebound. If Runebound was a post-apocalyptic game where you basically walk around with a party instead of just one person, then that would be Runebound. But of course, Runebound is, well, you can have allies, but only 2. So it's and you don't start with as much equipment, because this is one of the things, I never ever tried to buy equipment from the bank, because it's just never been necessary. But, you know, that's as it is. We've got our starting equipment. We've got our starting money. We've got 3 action cards. One is Safe Haven. We can use this during the party exploit phase, and we can move our party to the nearest neutral starting town and heal all forms of damage, returning our party to full health. Then we have Winning Lottery Ticket. This will allow us to gain 1 success to a skill check. And then another one is Lucky Son of a Bitch. Play during the party exploits phase. A character of your choice gains 1 success to a skill check. So these are really good cards. So what happens next is we have this first player sheet, which basically details what happens. The first one is the effects phase. We don't have any effects. Then we have the town business phase. First of all, we have the deal phase. Each player receives 1 action card. So we get 1 action card. And that one is called New World Man. Aha. Play during the effects phase on one of your party's characters. This card grants a permanent +2 to all of their base character skills. And we're going to actually assign this to Annabelle in the next round. So I'm going to put it down here that we don't forget. I'm going to put it in here. But she's going to get this because she is Superwoman anyway. Then we would do resource production, which we don't have because there are no resources. And then there's an auction house where you would normally barter with other players. But of course, we don't have any. So what I do is I draw 6 spoils cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I just lay them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to randomize. The first one is taken by the dummy player, so it goes away again. And the second one as well. So the other ones stay, and I can make a decision to either buy them, if I can. So a melee weapon, would that help? It would actually. So we are going to buy this for 3. And a leather bullwhip. So that's 8. So they go away, because why do I want this? Well, if we give Chance Perry melee weapons, he gets +2 combat. So now his combat is 4, 7, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. So he gets an automatic 2 successes on any combat test, which is good. So that's what we've done. So we basically pay for this. We had 10 to begin with. And next up is if you like, the phase where we roll on, and that's the terrible phase actually. It's the town events chart. So first of all, we roll a d10, and we rolled a 2. Oh, that's good. We gain 1 prestige and 1 town health. Usually I've never gained anything during this round. And then next up, it's the dummy player, and they've got a different events chart. And we rolled a 4 for them. And now you can see they get +4 town health and +2 prestige. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 prestige. So now we need to roll a d6. And we're going to lose all of our money, because that's a side effect. So that's it then. And next up is the financial period. We could sell stuff, we could purchase something, but we don't have any money. We could hire someone, and now it's the party exploits. First of all, there are different types of deeds. There is the movement deed, which costs 1 week, the encounter deed, the PVD deed, which we can't use, the resource deed, and the healing deed. And the mission deed. They all have different as it were, durations, and each round lasts 4 weeks. So we have +8 movement because we have a chopper, and what we're going to do is we are going to do a mission, and in order to do so, we are going to fly to number 12. We rolled a 1, so we have 1 + 8 is 9. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's way enough. So we arrive there. So we have spent 1 week. And now we're going to draw a mission card. So I'm going to take the mission card deck. And we're going to see what this mission card tells us to do. So... and the way you read mission cards, it's a bit counterintuitive, so they just decided to go with the counterintuitivity that comes with Arkham Horror. You basically look at the middle part, and it says 4. That means we get 4 money, or 4 currency, because it's not really money, you know, it's... so we get 4. That's what you get first. Then you read the story. So I'm going to read the story. Place your party on location 40. It's called the Library of Congress 40. So I'm not going to show the... oh dear. That's actually in the middle of a radiation city. That's not good. Knowledge is power. Investigate the ruins of the nation's former capital, Washington, D.C. As one of the hardest hit areas during the Great War, this will be no easy task. Locate and access the secure vaults beneath the library. The Library of Congress. You are going in without intel regarding its location or the condition of the building. You can expect stiff opposition from the infestation of local gangs should they become aware of your presence. Good luck and Godspeed. And then you see what you need to perform. You need to perform a survival check, a science check, and then you can do another, and that's a science check that is optional. So first of all, we need 5 combined successes on survival. So let's check what everybody has. The chopper gives us 3 as a base value. Our Annabelle has 10 as a base value, so she gets 1 automatic success. Norris has a 6. Our friend Chance Perry has 9. Alan has 5, and then we have Juan, he's got 5 as well. So how this works is, For each character, and a vehicle counts as a character, you get 1 die. It's a d10. You roll that d10, and then you check them out. Okay, we've got 2 10s, that's not good. So we're going to assign a red one, the orange one, the blue one, and the... Okay, so that's not good. Okay, so essentially, when you roll a 10, that means no successes whatsoever. So Chance Perry has no successes. Annabelle has no successes. So all in all, we've got 1, 2, 3 successes. That's not enough. What we're going to do is, because the second one is a science check where we need 4. And in science, yeah. What you could do is, you could re-roll 1s. But if you roll a 10, that one is negated immediately. So you have no successes. So we could take a chance and do this. Or we can just say, okay, we are going to risk it and play these 2 cards. And I think he's got 6. This one has 8. No, well, we can't use him, and he's got 5 and 5. Yeah. There's a 6 in 10 chance that we get a second success. So at the moment, we've got 3 successes. That would still not be enough. We're going to re-roll. We're just going to take a chance. And we rolled an 8, so that didn't work. So we still have 3. So we pay these 2 cards. Those action cards, they go away. And we have our 5 successes. So now that's the first part. Let's say we were just basically looking through the rubble, trying to find the actual place. And now we found the place. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to analyze what we can find in the place. So let's roll science. Blue is a 5, so that's 1 success. 3, that's also a success. 8, 7, 5, 3. Okay, let's see. We needed 4 successes. The car has 1. The chopper has 1 because we rolled a 3 and it equals the 3 that we have. So we have 1 success there. She's got 11 in science, so she actually contributes 2 successes because a 10 is a success anyway. So she gets an automatic success because she didn't botch. So then we've got 1 here because he's got a science value of 8 and he has rolled a 5. Here we've got a science value of 6 and he rolled a 3, so that's a 4. Here we've got another one, so we have 5 in total, which is enough. Now, what we do is we can now make a decision if we want to try the second one, which would require 6 successes, but that's not very likely. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it as is. We're going to gain 3 prestige, 1, 2, 3. We're going to gain 2 town health, 1, 2. And we are going to get 3 spoils and 2 action cards. So first of all, we're going to draw 3 spoils, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to get 2 action cards. We succeeded at a mission card within 8 hexes of our starting location. We gained 2 prestige, 1, 2, and 2 spoils cards, 1 and 2. And we also gain another action card after successfully completing a mission card, because we've got Alan with us, so we get another action card. And that's essentially it. So we look at what we've got and let's take a look. So this card goes away. The library's crumbling marble pillars and ornate stone architecture lay shattered, a mere shadow of its former splendor. You repel into a sub-basement through a destroyed elevator shaft. As the backup power finally comes online, the view of the massive vault from the scaffold above takes your breath away. Below, undisturbed since the Great War, is the world's largest archive of historical documents. So we've succeeded at this. So the mission needs to be reassigned. So it's a 40, it's a 41. So it goes to 41. We're over there. Okay, so let's take a look at what we drew. Unscrupulous bargain. Play during the town business phase. Claim a resource from another player, replacing their faction chip. All rules apply. Or claim any unowned resource. We're going to do this. Random town technology. Play during the town business phase. Roll 1d10 for a random town technology, then retrieve its chip or upgrade the one you've already got. We got a mercenary armor, which we are going to assign to him. We've got a sledgehammer. That's fortunate because when you give this one to Juan Upton, he gets +3. So he's now fighting for 12. Then we've got a vehicle. Curtis White enters play with Old Rusty. It may be equipped in conjunction with another vehicle by equipping it to that vehicle. All bonuses are cumulative. If your vehicle is destroyed, you choose which to discard. To any vehicle. That's weird because I would understand if you could say you can attach it to a four-wheeled one, but it says to any vehicle. So we're going to attach this to the chopper. And then we've got a 4.6mm submachine gun, which we're going to hand to him. We've got soldering kit, which we're going to give to him as well. And then we've got Trojan Horse of Kegs. Play during the effects phase to claim an unowned resource. So this is very interesting. This is now the end of the round. And we now go back to where we were, to 12. I assume, or do we stay where we were? So we're going to stay in 40. Okay, that's it then. So yeah, we now have the end of the round, so it's now the beginning of the next round. We don't have any card effects. So now each player receives an action card. We got Dark Tide. That is actually an NPC group that we can send on a random mission. Now let's see, what do we have? Effects phase. Oh, sorry, I should have played this during the effects phase. We gain 1 unclaimed resource. Let's take one that's very far away. And yeah, so we played this one, it goes away. Now we do the resource production. So we gained 1 resource. So first of all, that gives us 1 prestige, and it also, I believe, gives us town health when we first get it. Yeah, okay. So, oh, and by the way, we're going to give her the Omega card. So now it's resource production. Since we have 1 resource, we indicate this here, and we get 1 town health. And we also get 1 money increment. Now, it's the auction house. So we draw 6 spoils cards. And we're going to roll a die. And number 3 goes away and number 6 goes away. So we have the following left over. We have a melee weapon knife. We have a party equipment armor equipped to all party characters or to none, may not be used in conjunction with another armor. Equipment book, discard after you failed a survival skill check to succeed at it. And biomedical kit. And a survival knife. We're not really good at survival, that's true. We're going to buy this one. We're going to buy the survival knife and we are going to equip it to him. Okay, so these go away. And now we have the town events phase. Let's see what we get. We rolled a 10. Choose a resource you own. It reverts to neutral. Now this is where the town defense chip comes in. If I roll a 1, then it doesn't happen. And I rolled a 6. So easy come, easy go. Our resource is gone. We lose 1 prestige. Now let's see what the other player gets. And on a 2, they get +2 town health and 1 prestige, but no side effect. So now is the financial period. And during this period, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Unscrupulous Bargain. We claim any unknown resource. So again, we get to place a resource card, a resource marker, and we get 1 prestige back. And then we're going to roll a d6, and we rolled a 1. So we get a garrison. Which is fairly handy. Yeah, and I should have remembered, yeah, we would have gotten... No, we didn't do anything with science. Here's a garrison. And this means +5 town health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're now at 60. And +1 prestige. And what does this do? It gives us +1 success automatically when we try to do combat. Now we have the chance to sell something, and we're going to sell this vehicle because we don't really need it. We have 2, and we're going to get 18 for it. So now we have some money. And now what we're going to do is we are going to get to the next round where we're going to... Now we could in theory hire these guys. Dark Tide. They cost 8. They have a movement of 9. What they can do is they can move to an opponent's town. They can move to a town to cause them a loss of 2d6 town health. They can move to and claim a resource for your faction. That's what we're going to make them do. So they are going to move from our starting position. They're going to move because they've got a movement of 9. So I'm just going to place them there. And this means that I just get 1 resource. I have to pay for them, so I pay 8 for them. And then they go away. They are a one-off thing. But since they claimed a resource for me, I now have 2 resources. And I have 1 additional prestige. And that's the end of this. This one also goes away because we got our random technology. And now what we're going to do is we're going to check movement. And we rolled a 3. So we have 11 movement. We fly. So we can fly wherever we like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so that's not really... what does this say? Succeeded a mission card. Okay, mission. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to move here and we're going to do a resource deed. Resource deed means we're going to try and get a resource, and in order to do this, what you have to do is you have to draw a card, an encounter card. You can draw from any pile. You can draw from the mountain pile, from the radiation pile, or from the plains pile. Plains are easiest and radiation are toughest. So we're going to draw from the mountain pile. So first of all, we get 9 money, 9 finance. Then we're going to read Underground Complex. Navigating the twisting valleys and rocky crags in the dark, you're startled by bright lights in the valley below. Curious, you crawl into a better position. The entrance to an underground complex is beneath you, nestled into a cliff face and surrounded by razor wire. While you silently observe, a squad of armed guards come into view patrolling the fence line. Cautious, you slink closer for a better view. So we have 3 tests that we need to perform. Number 1 is a survival test. We need 4 successes. Number 2 is a battle success, and then we have a science success. So let's see. First of all, what I always do is I just take the colored dice. And we're going to assign them. So 10 goes to orange. 3, 3, a 1, a 6, and a 3. So let's see. It's survival. So first of all, we have 1 success, 2 successes, 3 successes, 4 successes, 5 successes. Okay, so we don't even have to start with counting down from the dice. That worked. So now we have fighting. There we need 5 successes. We get 1 automatic success because of our garrison. So we have 1 already. So we're looking for 4. 7. Oh, even our car was successful. Blue, green, orange, and yellow. Okay, let's take a look at yellow because she's got the omega. So she has a base attack of 11. That's 1 success already. 16, 18, 20. So she contributes 2 successes already. So we have 1 automatic success because of our garrison, brings us to 3. We have 8 over here. We rolled a 7, so that's 1 more. 4 successes. Here we've got 12, 15, 21, 22, 23, 24. He contributes 2 successes, 24, 27, incidentally, because he's got melee weapons, 27. So he brings 2 to the table. He brings another 1, so that's 7 successes, so that's plenty of successes. So we've managed this one. Last, but by no means least, we have to get 3 successes in science. 3, so our car helps us. The lady, 8, 9, 6, 9. Okay, so we get 1 from the car. The lady contributes 6, 11, 13, so she already has 1 automatic success. He has 7, 8, 12, so he does 1, that's 3, and we are looking for 3 anyway, so he contributes 1, that's 4. No success over here, no success over here. So we have 4, we needed 3, so we managed. Draw 3 spoils cards. 1, 2, 3. Silently ambushing the guards, you hotwire a keypad that unlocks the main doors. Entering, you explore the complex and discover a warehouse containing a massive inventory of valuable supplies. So let's see what we've got. We've got a ranged melee weapon shotgun. An equipment book, discard after you failed a medical skill check to succeed at it. This excludes healing deeds. That's very good. We're going to add this to somebody who's got very high medicine anyway. Medicine's the only thing that she isn't good at. And then we've got a ranged weapon, top secret, +1 prestige. This is an alien plasma pistol. After each round of PvP, choose an... Okay. Super. We're going to give this to somebody who has very high... Well, she's got 11, 16, 18, 20. We're going to give this to her for 25. And that's a sort of double barrel. This item cannot be stolen. We're going to give this to him. Okay, and we get 1 prestige because we've got this alien rifle thing. That's the end of our turn. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, that's... Okay, that's it. So that's the end of the round. So now we've got the effects phase. There aren't any effects. Now each player gets an action card. I'll be back. Play after you failed an encounter or mission card. Although you suffer the consequence... Oh no, actually we wanted to get a resource and we managed to do this. So now we have 3 resources. We get +1 prestige. Okay. So that's what we were trying to do to begin with. That's why we're here. Okay, excellent. So next up is the resource production. We get 3 town health, 1, 2, 3, plus we also get 9 coin. So let's see. Just bear in mind that we have 9 coin. Okay. Okay, then what's happening next is the auction house. We draw 6 cards, 2, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to see which ones the other player is going to take. He takes number 2, and they take number 5. These go away. And as you can see, I've got plenty of spoils cards. By the way, this is the base game plus all expansions. During game setup, immediately discard and draw 5 character cards. No. Do we want to buy any of this? Vehicle equipment. Equip to any vehicle with 4 or more wheels. No. Ally. Immediately pay 5 salvage coins to hire Fernando. Otherwise, he must be discarded. Equip Fernando to a vehicle to prevent its theft and destruction. Fernando, the chauffeur. Party equipment, medical camping gear. No, we don't want any of this. Okay. That's it. Town events. 4, nothing happens. 10, +8 town health for our rival. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +5 prestige. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, then it gets really quick. And now we need to roll a d6 to see if we get a side effect. And we rolled a 2, and on a 2, you lose the last town technology you equipped and all effects apply. So that would have been the garrison. So we lose 1 prestige and 5 town health are lost. You can see, this is really brutal. Okay, so next round. Financial period, we don't want to buy anything. We don't want to, we can't buy anything, to be honest. We don't want to sell anything. So next up is the movement phase. So let's roll a die. And we have 14. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a mission. Mission 1. Draw a card. Again, oh, we need to assassinate someone. That's not going to be possible because we don't play against anyone. So let's take this one instead. So first of all, we get 4 money. Done. Place your center of disease control. Place your party on location 88. Where is 88? Down here. The tragic legacy of the biological warheads that struck the United States during the Great War come in many forms. Resilient superviruses, weaponized smallpox, VX nerve agents, anthrax, and even the deadly Z666 virus. The fallen lands are still abound with these nightmarish hazards. I'm not sure if an R should be in there. Hell, even a common cold can be deadly these days. You've been ordered to travel to the ruins of Atlanta and locate the former CDC, the Center for Disease Control. Excavate the rubble in an attempt to retrieve the data and vaccines. This will provide a healthier population for your faction and the 10 towns. So first of all, we have 5 on survival. We need 5 successes. We have no help. Okay, so we've got a 1, we've got a 1, a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 4. Okay, survival, we needed 5. So we've got 1 success. 2 successes, 3 successes. So we need to re-roll the 2 ones. That's another success, that's 4 successes, and that's also, so we managed the 5 successes, but only barely. So now we need to do a medical check. Isn't there something we can do? No. Okay, let's see. 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 8. Okay. So we're looking for 5 successes. That's 1 success over. We have an automatical one because we've got a medical center. So we have 2 successes already. No successes over here. No successes over here. 1 success. Oh. Okay, so he provides 1 automatic success. And she provides 8, 13, 15, 17. So that's 2 successes from her. That's just enough. 5. We gain 3 prestige. 1, 2, 3. 3 town health. 1, 2, 3. And 2 spoils cards. We succeeded at a mission card within 8 hexes of our starting location. So we gain 2 spoils cards and 2 prestige. You may then select who among the other players should receive the vaccines. They have the option of paying you 3 salvage coins to immediately receive 2 town health. That's not going to happen, so we managed this. And we gain 1 action card because of his ability. So let's see. what our spoils are. And we get a ranged weapon assault rifle, which we're going to add to Alan. We have fancy ammo bandolier, must be equipped in conjunction with a ranged weapon. Sure. Going to give it to him. The Mother Load event. During game setup, okay, immediately draw 5 spoil cards, then discard this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last but by no means least, the autographed bat. Does anybody have anything for melee? Yeah, we're going to give this to him. So, okay, now we've got sniper scope kit. Must be equipped to an assault rifle. Or rifle. Yeah, we're going to give it to him because he's got a rifle. So let's see. Yeah, that's fine. He's got enough carrying potential. Party equipment. Each party character equipped with a ranged weapon gains 2 combat. Yeah. Vehicle, another vehicle. Technical equipment, +1 prestige, and we win. So this game can play really, really quickly, as you can see. Because it's all about gaining prestige, and I've never actually played it like this, because usually I went, I mean, it's all about realizing that missions will usually give you prestige. If you do this, then you can get a lot of prestige really, really quickly. It's also all about moving around on the game table really, really quickly. So we were lucky as well, because you draw lots of cards, and we were lucky that we drew cards that we could use immediately to turn them into prestige. So we got this group of mercenaries that we could send out to get us one resource, which gives us prestige. Then we rolled well at the beginning, and we gained prestige through, we gained 2 prestige, I believe, or 1 prestige and 2 town health. So the thing is that the game itself stands and falls with the fact that it's completely random. You cannot strategize because you don't know what kind of cards you're going to get. The only thing that you can make a conscious decision about is to say, yes, I'm going to spend every single round trying to do mission cards. When you play this on your own, the problem is, of course, that nobody else is going to try and do missions as well. So you will never, ever be in contention with another player who will try to do missions and might snap them away from you because they might get to the place more quickly. So the dummy player cannot do this. The dummy player will try and intervene and basically run away with lots and lots of prestige, because on the rolls they can gain a lot of prestige in a very, very short time. That kind of takes away the storytelling aspect of it, because you're really just looking at the prestige. When you were playing against a normal player, while prestige is still the way to win, they would be progressing as slowly as you are. They will never run away with it as quickly as the dummy player can. So, and that's a bit of a shame, because you do want to walk around the map. You do want to experience those missions, because and you do want to see those encounters. But for example, I've never been to one of the radiation areas and try to do anything there, because it's really, really dangerous. Why would I want to expose myself to it? So they say that the rewards are better, but you know, you might also die, and then, you know, then you've essentially, you know, lost the game. So there is very little incentive when you're playing solo, because the dummy player is going to run away so quickly with the prestige. So, and that's not a problem of the game, because the game itself wasn't meant to be played solo. They added a solo variant to it, which I'm really grateful for. But of course it was never meant to be played solo. It was always meant to be played as a multiplayer game, where you can also ally yourself with others, where you can, I mean, there's one card where you basically can gain something, or you do gain something, and then you make a decision which other player does not get anything, and all of the other players, so if you've got 3 or more, one player is going to be excluded and the others are going to get something. So that's a really in-your-face take that mechanic, which some people may not like. What we haven't seen are the red dot action cards, which come out sometimes as a side effect from the dummy player, and they will actually affect you directly. So they are pretty much in-your-face take that cards. So do I like the game? Yes, I do. But I think I need to think about how to play this solo in a different way. I would like to see this more like a room-bound experience, where you really walk around and you want to, you have to do a certain number of encounters, just like with Roombound, where you end up walking around the world, as it were, and you have the easy to very hard encounters, and the very hard encounters are the end game. And at some point the end game also gets triggered if you use the Doom track, variant, which I do. So what I'm probably going to do is, or what I want to do is, I want to explore a little bit the possibility of using a Doom track for Fallen Land. And instead of saying, oh, I want to gain prestige, although you will be gaining prestige when you, I mean, what you have to do is you have to make a decision how you want to then use the prestige gaining as a play mechanic. I don't want it to be game decisive, but it could be that we say, if you don't have X number of prestige at a certain level, you get a you suffer a negative effect, something like that. So what I want to do is I want to look into focusing more on the exploration and on the encounters, rather than, oh, how much prestige am I going to get? Because then, you know, you can say, okay, I want to do 5 of these resources, which gives me 5 prestige to begin with. I'm going to take really easy encounter cards, namely the plains ones. So I'm pretty sure that I will win against them. And then I've just got my my 5 prestige already, and then I can concentrate on something else. Because if you've got a vehicle, and there are so many vehicles in the deck, that you will get one for sure, very, very easily. You can walk around or move around the board very, very quickly. So I'm still in 2 minds about how to do this, but I do want to try this out somehow to make this more of a storytelling game. So possibly saying, okay, you have to, at the end of the game, you have to have 4 radiation and 4 mission cards successfully completed, and then maybe 2 plains and 3 mountains. And the end of the game is not arrived at when somebody has a certain number of prestige points, but when the Doom track is up, and use a Doom track for it. And I think this could be, because that's also completely random, you can't influence this. And I've played Runebound so many times using the Doom track that sometimes I was sitting there thinking, oh, I've got plenty of time, and then suddenly it triggered every single time, and the game was up in a very short period of time. So I think this is what I'm going to try and do, and then I'll report back. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.